Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Mrs. McKay is absent, but I wish she had stayed. She is absent. We are going to be doing repairs on 141 streets in the city of Florissant, so I want everyone to know that. I want you to know something else very sincerely from me, that I did not ever take this job for money. When I came here to the city of Florissant, when I first came here, I was making $305 a month, and I took the job because I thought that I could be very dedicated to public service. And I feel the same way now as I did then many years ago when I was 21 years of age, that I can be of great service to the people of this city. I feel a great warmth in my heart for the city and the people in it. I've said that before and have been criticized for saying it. I feel that we have made very substantial progress, and it was needed. It was not needed before under other administrations because we were flourishing in the 1960s, in part of the 70s. We were flourishing in part of the 80s. But we got to a point that we leveled off, and like all of our county, we started to go down. And it was necessary to take some leadership steps to do the best that we possibly could to save our wonderful and beautiful city. What I'm calling for now is that we have unity in the city. We don't have this divisiveness that has been going on throughout the city. I would like, for the record, as Mr. Lee said, and I think my colleagues are going to get very upset with me because I'm answering questions. All during the campaign, I did not answer any questions because it was a negative campaign. Negative campaigns have a tendency to work because people have a tendency to want to believe sometimes the worst in you. One item I want to tell you about is that I never, ever received $200,000 for a police pension plan. That is a total, complete lie that was taken and spread throughout the city of Florissant. It was also said and said tonight that I had restaurants inspected that were not friendly to me, and I had them inspected just to harass those people. Well, that's when you know nothing about government. The health inspectors work for St. Louis County government, not the city of Florissant, and I had no idea who the health inspector was that is assigned to this area. If there may be one or more, if we have complaints, we forward them to the St. Louis County Health Department. They have sole jurisdiction over health matters in St. Louis County, not this council and not this mayor. So there is not one thing that I can do about that. I could not do any retaliation, nor would I. I kept silent during this campaign, but I want to tell you, I'm sick and tired of things, even attacks on my children. My one son, who's a police officer, there was attacks on him. My wife has been very, very, very upset in the last 90 days about these attacks and what has been said about me and has been said about my family. These are distortions. And I want to call them distortions instead of what they really are, they're lies. Was the election a mandate for me? I think it was. It was 58% almost. The experts will tell you, and I had the experts that I talked with, my people, where I was rating high, were the senior citizens. And on election day, they did not get out. The float bus had 3 senior citizens. Had they gotten out, it's estimated by the experts in the field, and one was a national one, that I would have received 8 to 10% more as far as votes are concerned. I don't dispute that. And I have no reason to want to even make an issue of that. I won the election. That's the bottom line. And that's what one of the PR people person told me. He says, if you only win by 1, they still call you Mr. Mayor. But I won by 58%. I think it was a good margin. It was a terrible, terrible day for seniors to get out, especially working polls. I certainly want to thank everyone in the city of Florissant that voted. I don't want to answer every one of these things that have been brought up. Do I intend to ask this council to appropriate $1,000 to buy the old convent at Our Lady of Fatima? Most assuredly I do. I most assuredly do, so that we can put a business incubator in there. And a business incubator creates and makes people have a place that they can go and create a new business. We've had tremendous layoffs in this area, in the metropolitan St. Louis area. This will help correct some of that. And if we could do that for $1,000 and Mr. Londup gets a tax break, so be it. That's the way life goes. It's honest and it's above board. And if there's anything that doesn't seem right about it, it's valued at $475,000. We can always sell it at a substantial, very substantial increase to the city of Florissant. I want to tell you, something was alluded to about progress in the city of Florissant. I intend to keep the progress in the city of Florissant moving forward. I want to let everyone know that as far as this one lady got up and is very concerned about her taxation, this mayor does not intend to ask for any increase in tax whatsoever, which was also said during the campaign that I would ask for tax increase from 5% to 7%. I will not. I see that we are on a road to making very substantial increases as far as the revenues of the city of Florissant are concerned. I can tell you since December 1, when this budget started, until the end of last month, we increased $600,000 over the previous fiscal year. $600,000. So, in answer to your question that I've known you for a long time, do we have an increase coming? No, except if one thing should happen. I don't see any increase coming our way. So this is just a few of maybe 300 or so accusations that were leveled against me. And yes, some people did believe those. And yes, some people did vote that way because they believed negativity, they believed negative things that were said about me and said about my family. And I greatly resent them. I know that this campaign was founded on nothing else, but what happened is there was a real estate transaction, and I'm trying to make it brief for the council members. There was a real estate transaction that occurred between a builder and the candidate that ran against me and his wife, and there was a major furor between these two people. As a result, neither are talking to me. The builder's not talking to me, who's been my friend for 35 or 40 years, and my opponent and his wife are not talking to me. So trying to expedite the problem, I got myself into trouble with both sides of the issue. That's the reason for this big so-called election. So I'd like to take the opportunity to say in response that the progress will continue in the city of Florissant. The code enforcement will continue, and we'll do it with a great deal of courtesy and helpfulness. I'm calling for, Mr. President, that we have in the month of May a cleanup, fix-up, and paint-up throughout the city of Florissant on a voluntary basis so that we can improve the city of Florissant, all the housing stock and the business stock. And I asked you to also be mindful of that I can't answer any question you want. When they asked me about this budget, this last coming fiscal year, if I wanted a pay raise, Mr. Lee did. He didn't say he was going to give it to me or the council. But I told him no. I am not here for the money. I'm here to do everything I possibly can in providing leadership to bring about the continued progress in the city that we've achieved so far, and we got a lot more coming, about $200,000 more. So I'm very proud of that. I didn't do that by myself. Mr. Russell, the other members of the administration, and members of this council, we all did it together as a team. I'm calling for unity. And I wanted to tell you that if I had lost this last election, I had the location where my opponent would be so I could go there and offer my congratulations. He is yet to do that, and that's his common courtesy. Thank you.